Thanks for the call out there. Thanks for hey, hopefully you guys can hear me now, right? Is that good? It should be good. Just drop something in the chat. Let me know, and then I'll press on here. What in the world, Caleb? You don't interact with us. I'm interacting with you right now, brother. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for listening tonight. This is gonna be it's gonna be our raid night. As you guys know, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, if you've tuned in before, are kind of more of our podcast style episodes, which means the alternate nights, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, are going to be more like casual, community focused Q&As. They're going to be that's kind of going to be the regular schedule, by the way, but going to be those like other nights, right? Content hangout nights where we can just come down a little bit and join our forces to work on something project related. Again, after Altura fully launches and after we're established as the number one business and education entrepreneur platform, syndicate, right, for business funding and everything we talked about, then we're going to have to cut back a little bit so we can actually put together bigger events for you guys. So it's not going to be every night like we're doing leading up to the mint, but we're making use of our time here. As you guys know, I've been here every single night grinding away to make sure that we get our members in and active for the first phase of the pre-sale. By the way, again, if you guys aren't tracking, we're selling NFTs, which give you membership and live access into a community of people. You guys can resell those if you want and earn money as kind of like collectible items / like potentially investments if you guys treat it that way. Gives you access to thousands of dollars of educational materials, community funding, so you can actually get money for your business. We'll just give you a few $1,000 to start your company. If you have a good idea and you want to go put that idea into the world, Altura will partner with you, and then the whole community gets to use your software, your tool, your podcast, whatever it's going to be. It gets some sort of benefit back from that. So we got that as well. We have live and in-person meetups or global kind of events hosted online. All of these benefits that are going to come back to you guys, but that's why we're different. Again, you guys have been asking why we're different. That is the number one differentiator. To get enough people, right, to see that, we're going to go out and we're going to go on the offense. So like I can only make content and just hope that you guys find that. That's great. I can run ads that take forever, right, to target their ideal customer and all that stuff. And we've played around with both of those already. But at the end of the day, we need to go out and explain our mission. That involves me doing what any, great movement did. Let's talk about Christianity, right? Jesus wasn't just sitting in a temple telling people to go spread his word. He was out in the streets talking through his message. The American Revolution, as I brought up as another great example, right? They weren't just, writing the Declaration of Independence and sitting back. They were out there actively fighting. The people that formed our country in the U.S. here have actually got on the horses and were playing a part in the war effort. So being active, leading from the front is something that makes any movement notable, right? If you don't have solid leadership, if I wouldn't be out here pushing myself forward for you guys, then we wouldn't get done what we need to. So I'm going to do what we did last time. I'm going to open up the battlefield, as we call it. And tonight's going to be really exciting, guys, because by tomorrow, we're going to have the placeholder NFTs minted. So basically, when you mint, which means you purchase an NFT in one of those limited editions, and we're only going to sell 200 in the first wave. If we don't sell 200, or if we do, regardless, whatever is left is going to get just rotated into the next cycle at a higher price. So those of you who buy early are guaranteed to make money on that next cycle. So if you want a guaranteed ROI to come in and have that price increase on you, I can't change what people resell them for, but for our purposes, if you want to get that effect, then come be active and participate now. Pre-whitelist. And pretty much everybody that's in our community, as long as you guys are active, are going to get whitelisted. We're making it really easy to get whitelisted. And then we're going to make it harder after this first, mini phase, right? Because this is more early belief. You guys need to have it easier to see and to follow along. So I'm going to open this battlefield again, like I said. Which has all our tabs up here. Let me see if I can, there we go, push the presentation field out a little bit. And yeah, here we are. So here's our general chat. We got a lot of activity going on here. We've been getting new and more members inside of our Discord. You guys can see phase 1 is going to be, again, at 0.06 Ethereum. Phase 2 is going to be 0.08, which is a lot, right? It's a lot in the current modern market. Most people are buying, they're doing like Solana NFTs, so lower fees and stuff like that. They're also, only charging maybe like 50 to $100 for an NFT. We're a really expensive premium NFT, because if we weren't, then how are we going to raise the money? How are we going to actually put together the events we're talking about? If you guys want to truly change your life and you want to come together and syndicate that growth, then you gotta contribute something significant, especially to something bigger, right? Again, same thing with like early religions, right? Early disciples of religions didn't just go out one day and say, okay, I'm a believer now. I have the what it takes to change my life around this purpose. They had to contribute something significant. I'm not even asking that much of you. Most of you guys have $200 to $300 in the bank. That's it. You put that in once and you ride the wave forever. You don't have to even keep investing after that point. It's just the access that you're getting. You're showing once that you can believe, and obviously it's going to get much more expensive as we go forward. So proving that now is what's going to drive that growth forward, and get people on our team. So again, think of it like a sports team, right? Like I can't get the ball in the end zone unless everyone's playing their part. If somebody's blocking, somebody's running the ball, somebody's throwing the ball, somebody's catching the ball. Everybody has to play their role and do it right. Same thing happens on the back end of Altura with all of our moderators, our team. Everyone's playing their role to expand our movement, to market us, to get partnerships. See that, guys. See that it doesn't happen with just one person. It's not just me running this show. There's a lot of help and assistance behind the scenes from our moderators, from our other founders. So let's open up the battlefield. I want to open up the tabs that we had last time. Mainly X right here, which again shows that we're going live right now. And we're gonna we're gonna search NFT calendar. We're gonna pick up from where we went last time. So by the way, guys, to get your whitelist spot secured, if you guys actually want to be on the whitelist, the easiest way to do it is to join and then just invite people, or join and be active in the chat, because you get recognized by our team as being an active participant, and we're really good about in real time giving you that access. Once you verify you actually care about this and you're not just here to spam, to promote, and then leave, we'll probably give you that status. And then secondly, just reach level 5. If you're chatting and you don't get recognized, well, then you have a guaranteed path to get that status if you're just active long enough, right? If you're not active in like a continuous time frame, then just reach level 5, or be active in your participation. Okay. So what we did last time, right, is looks like we have new collections listed, but basically we just joined a lot of the servers for these other projects. And Anthony, I know you're in here too. Obviously, take note of some of these projects, and we'll try to set up collabs with the ones that we think are good. So the other way we're gonna do it is just on X. We're gonna go to explore. We're gonna find other communities. We're just gonna all try to jump on their profile, and basically you're gonna spam these accounts with some sort of raid thing, right? So imagine this is like me setting a target on the map for the battle, and you guys going out there and executing and attacking that target. We'll do that in the second half. So the first thing I want you guys to do is like go on to nftcalendar.io. Open another tab on your phone, go on your desktop, or go on your phone if you're on your desktop watching, whatever it's going to be, and open this up. nftcalendar.io. This is going to be the biggest way we make an impact. And you're going to go to today's drops, and we're just going to see what came out today. We're going to look for art that's significant, and that's also verified, right? That has a verified, meaning it actually has a community around it. In this case, they have a Discord. I just got to hover over there and I can see it. Well, that's the NFT calendars one, but we can see they have a Twitter at least. I don't necessarily like communities that don't have Discords, just because they're not really structured. They don't have a lot of member benefits. It's going to be really hard to promote us. So there's not really that even exchange. But I do like they're on the Ethereum blockchain. So another thing I want you guys to do is drop in the chats, right? Because I can see all the chats in here. If you guys find one of these projects that you think would be good to hop in, that has an active community on Discord, that looks like a good project, then just drop it in the comments and I'll pull that up and we will all try to raid that place. So we also see Pyro here. Okay, it's like a little flame thing, like Pyromaniac. Looks like it's on AVAX. I've never heard of that network. It looks like a kind of an altcoin. I don't know if that's going to be as good. I think I'm just going to filter it by Ethereum because we know that's the same type of buyers that we're looking for. Okay, we have Liquid Frogs. Okay, they got a website. They're unverified, which is a little suspicious, but they have a really good website, looks like. Looks like they are in the looks like they have multiple different listings. So they've done 130 Ethereum. The floor price is 0.02, so that's not bad. We're looking for some sort of platform for them to get on. It looks like this has a good, yeah, these are kind of trending around 0.04, kind of what we're going for as a project. So this would be a solid project to partner up with. I'd just like to see if they had some sort of community. I'm going to go on X, and we're just doing a little bit of research. So here's the Discord. We just had to go to X to find the Discord. Okay, so Anthony, huge one, 529 members, Para Kingdom. And we're going to open it in Discord. We can see it right here. Okay. So what we want to do is find their chat. Looks like they're active on and off. Obviously, guys, we're kind of still in the off cold season for NFTs, which is why your belief has to be even stronger, which is why we're, minting these for a lot less than we will be later. But we're just going to drop something in here like, hey, love this project. Would any of the team be interested in doing an Altura and Para Kingdom collab? So that's, again, mainly why we're rating. We're not just rating to be spreading information, but tonight I want you guys to be chatting and active in these communities to help see if we can collaborate with these groups of investors. Because obviously people are spending money on these. Ours has a lot more utility. I can already tell that. And if we can bring them into our community and they've already proven themselves as buyers, that's going to go a long way. So, yeah. So again, Discord's really nice because all they have to do is they can click on, a tag, trying to find one. Like here's one. So I can click on this one and he has this server tagged. So I can click and join into that one and it will show their Discord. The same thing happens when I post in here. It shows Altura and people can go and join the Altura server. That one guy I just showed though, looks like he's in a community with 28,000 people. Looks like it's also for NFTs. I don't know how active really it is, but looks like a few people are active. A lot of people are kind of offline, but looks like we need to, I don't even know if it lets us, there we go, join. There we go. Now we can complete this and verify. So so now we just found another server. And that's kind of a lot of what we can do if you guys have not a lot of time, is just server hop to different servers based on tags. So again, you're asking what benefit do you get out of this? Go into Altura, our community. If you didn't join this yet, go to www.alturasociety.com, Altura, and then go to our announcements, and I have a post that explains this, right? So it'll actually be right here. We're going to give you guys a free NFT, which is, again, hundreds or thousands of dollars of value for doing what I'm doing right now. You just go to the NFT calendar, you go to X, whatever it's going to be, and ask the founders of the project by either opening a support ticket or whatever it's going to be to come into our server and join forces with us and do a collab. If you guys can find us that opportunity that we actually end up running and putting together, we're going to give you an NFT. Again, hundreds of dollars of value right now, but soon to be thousands. And that's literally for every one you submit, you can get an NFT if it's accepted. That's as simple as it is right now. So you guys can do this passively. You can do it in the bathroom. You can do it when you're off work on a break, and make hundreds of dollars for yourself in a very limited time opportunity that's not going to exist for very much longer. Because obviously, when we start selling these, the floor price is going to go up, and we're going to drive demand with that. So we're going to go back into this community here, hit verify, continue again. Now I have to do one of these CAPTCHA. I don't know how you pronounce that. CAPTCHA. I think it's CAPTCHA. It's still generating this image, which is wonderful. But see, that's why we didn't do all this like password protection stuff on our community. A lot of people would see this and they would just dip out. Like it wouldn't be sufficient. Another way I look at activity is looking at boosts. So they people have been giving, somebody gave a boost a week ago, so there's some activity and community members are boosting the community, which shows really good engagement. So 565 161, we're going to join. Okay, now we got access to the chats. So same thing like ours, you can verify your NFT ownership. Mizo, if you're watching too, or not Mizo, Mimi, this is a good bot, this Vulcan bot. So to verify assets, we might set that one up. But we already have kind of one with our in-house bot as well. So again, if you guys are wondering what NFTs do and why we're using this technology, right? You think it's just a trend. Well, NFTs, I could link my cryptocurrency wallet to this, and people would be able to, in real time, right? Because that's constantly checking to verify your access. If you don't have the NFT anymore, you're going to be removed from the community, right? So it verifies and it re-authenticates new people. So these NFTs can then change hands like a concert ticket, and somebody could take over your spot like mid-concert. In this case, just mid-project. They could come in and get the community benefits later down the road, which creates a resale value for these. And therefore, you guys can hold on to these. And as we put the money into you, as we invest in your businesses, as we drive value up, you guys are going to see that value of your token increase. So that's how we make that happen. Now I'm going to go into the chat. So I'm going to try to find one that's fairly active. Okay, this one was active a little while ago, but I'm just going to say, hey, would anyone from the team be interested in doing an Altura / what's it called, Shimpers collab? I launched this project and am willing to throw some whitelist spots your way for free. Links in my profile. And I'm just gonna drop that in. I don't think that's too invasive, but that kind of gets the attention spiked, so somebody can see that and see that we have something going. So they'll probably just click on my profile and be like, oh, there's the link right there. Takes them right into our community. And again, my server tag also helps people come in too. And again, we're getting members every day, so people are slowly joining off of the calendars and stuff like that we're already in. So we're going to do a few more of those, but I want to kind of just introduce you guys to what those raids are, as we've been doing these a little bit, but we're going to continue them. We're going to go. So Anthony, too, another good source to follow up on for us for a collaboration. But another way we do this is go to Explore. We're going to go to crypto. Let's click on a creator. Okay. Let's actually look at this post. Look at this post he put out. Real alt season is coming in Q4. Guys, this is a massive account. So he's already put this out. You've seen the kind of support and resistance zones hit around the same price cycle. This is the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF patterns. They're kind of following the same thing. Obviously, Ethereum's Hasn't existed for that long, but this is more of just the BTC price action over the past few cycles. You see it kind of just hovering, right? And obviously the chart has gone up over time. It's kind of a little skewed here, but you can see what they're trying to show is there's similar resistance modes. This is actually not BTC. This is Aster, which is probably, obviously running in concurrence with Bitcoin. Bitcoins would probably be more like up, down, and then probably hit a little bit high and then come back down to the same kind of zone, but it'd be actually moving upwards. So, but all of the cryptos kind of move together. You guys can see that, regardless of if this is Bitcoin or not, the price action of these cryptocurrencies is all going up at the same time in 2017, down 2021, down. And why we planned Altura at this time, and hopefully a huge exciting factor for you guys, is because I did this research months ago. And I said, well, if alt season 2021 happened it started happening, kind of mid to late 2021. This one happened kind of mid to late. And then you saw like this boom cycle around the end of the year, right? We kind of had this happen a little while ago. And then it came down. This cycle got delayed a little bit because of like the Fed announcement, because of other market conditions and stuff like this. But this same growth potential has been kind of restricted, right? We know that more money just got pumped into the economy by the Fed. So obviously we're behind on this boom cycle. Same thing's kind of going on with Bitcoin. This isn't exactly Bitcoin's curve, but you guys can see there's like this like fuse that's waiting to blow up. And when it blows up, NFTs, altcoins, meme coins, all of the additional stuff is going to be what anybody else talks about because there's so much money moving around. And if we weren't set up beforehand doing our pre-sale, things like that, then it's just not going to be, it wouldn't have happened. It's not going to work that way because we're going to be late to the party, and therefore it's going to be really hard to shout above the noise. I'd rather be the only one talking in an empty room that people come into and hear rather than trying to compete in a room of voices that are shouting over each other, if that makes sense to you guys. So another thing we can do is just go on one of these accounts and say, something related to the Altura raid. I want you guys to use first the hashtag Altura raid, and then ideally, again, Altura protocol would be the other good hashtag I'd use. Mainly use Altura raid while we're doing these raids though, and then create a post on Ash Crypto Real on X. Actually type in that account. I'll give you guys a second to do that, but pull up his X profile, right? Because he's got 255 comments, and this is driving a lot of traction. So if we're listed and we have multiple comments, we have like, let's say 3 to 5 comments instead of just one minimum, right, on this post, it's going to tell them that there's something significant happening with this post. Why are so many people commenting Altura raid? What's the significance? And then why is it tied to a post that's related to crypto coming back? That's going to drive interest, right? It didn't cost us anything except a few of us coming together at the same time. So just use those hashtags on this post and say Altura will be here and ready, or something like that. Something that drives interest. I'm also going to put the link to join the Discord in there. So I'm just going to go into Discord. We're going to go down, invite people, copy the link. Yeah, let's do that. And then we're going to go back in, paste it, reply. And you can see our reply right here. Okay, so that's a reply on that guy's post. But if a few of you guys do that and like it, it's going to help the post trend, and it's going to help people come back. So yeah, I want you guys to try to copy along and do what I'm doing on these. We're going to find a couple other accounts right here and just do similar things. 115,000 followers. That would be huge. So obviously this guy likes supporting smaller projects, one-on-one artists. 2 hours ago, he posted this. So 5 minutes ago, he posted this. So if you guys, it looks like he reposted what this guy said. So let's go in the comment section because he's got a big audience, so everyone's going to see the same thing. And he is at NFT Freaks. And then we're going to find this post that he reposted right here and do the same thing. So we're going to go hashtag Altura raid. Hashtag, I'm going to do join Altura. That makes it more of a call to action. I'm going to put our Discord link in too. We're going to click up in here, put that in there. And then we're going to say, we have always been unapologetically Altura. So can you. And that's kind of like a call to action, right? But I'm not telling them what Altura is. They kind of have to join and figure that out for themselves. So if you guys go and put something like that on this guy Nessie's post underneath this, that NFT Freaks reposted, hit reply with me, get your posts out, get that stuff ready. That's going to be one of the best ways we do this raid. And again, obviously, when we have a few thousand members in the Discord eventually, it's going to be way more powerful and it's going to exponentially grow us. I'm basically doing all the work, right, to get this off the ground in terms of starting these posts. Probably only we'll have a couple comments in addition to mine right now, but in a month or two, we're probably going to have hundreds at a time, and then we're just going to have, it's going to be like exponential, right? As meme coins come back, as crypto comes back, as people start getting interested again, as people stop doing all their outside stuff and start doing more inside, winter activities. They're looking at their phones more. They're finding projects like this. It's going to be a big time for us to blow up. So this is all just adding traction early. I don't want you guys to necessarily get wrapped up in like how many NFTs are sold, what happens when. We're just going and starting the pre-sale to give early believers the chance to invest. That's really all it is, right? I don't really, again, care how many we sell, how many we push out this next week. As many of you want to get involved as possible, that would be awesome, because then I know you guys genuinely care. You guys get to have a part if you're in the whitelist and actually participate next week in designing the final art. So like we have the placeholder art, as I had told you guys, that'll be on the NFTs you'll start seeing as soon as tomorrow. But the actual individual characters, the one-of-one people, like this was an individual character, had to be designed with specific traits. You guys get to have that final say if you're on the whitelist. So there's benefits that get to come already. You're just getting the chance to get your hype cycle out of the way, and before the hype comes back, get the best price on the market. So then when everyone's rushing to buy these, you guys get the last laugh and the biggest profit for the first time in your life. So if you put a post on there, that's great. We're at 8:30 though, and I did say I was only going to do about a 30-minute raid tonight. I'll just keep it short because we got a lot of updates to do. We got to finish getting our NFTs on OpenSea so you guys can see the founders ones that we minted for our team and get some credibility there. Hopefully, you guys seeing us officially listed on OpenSea is going to make it easier for you guys to see the back end side of things. It'll put a little bit more credibility on our token, especially with how awesome it's going to look. I can already tell you guys, it looks pretty dang nice. But basically continue this, right? Continue posting on X and then continue going out there and like trying to work out those collaborations, because we'll either give you NFTs, or if you post anything from X or I guess Twitter as a screenshot in this XP challenges tab, and you put the link to it too, that also works. Then we will go ahead and reward you with XP, which gets you closer to whitelist. But if you check where's the tab here? I know we got rearranged. The XP information, the level system, right? We move this to our onboarding. Check the level system. You can see exactly what each level unlocks. And again, XP is how you get to those levels. And again, there's even free NFTs that are awarded just by leveling up. So check that out. Be active. And the last thing I want to say for tonight is continue to have faith. All right, we got a lot of early, hype, degen promoters and stuff like that in our chat. A lot of people are trying to make a buck off of our project. Not a lot of people see the bigger vision. It's hard, right? Because it doesn't exist yet. So in a world where less and less people trust each other, you guys have to have more faith. And that's just hard. But the whole reason we did this is because it's hard. It forces you guys to look inward and come together as people to unite around a central vision. A vision that doesn't exist unless you allow it to exist. I will not stop believing in this. And I've done the hardest work of setting the example. If I don't stop, I'll eventually get there. The sooner you guys join me, you get to make that process happen faster and faster, and you get to benefit just as much as I did. It's like knowing, like, if I'm inevitably going to get there by myself, if I eventually get the people on board, you're either early and you get to ride the wave, or you dismiss it, and when you see us on Times Square or in the magazine articles, you say, I could have bought that Bitcoin back in 2009, but I decided not to once again. That's the message I want to put out. Belief matters, and it leads to the best opportunities of your life. Again, my name is Caleb Schulke. This is another Ascended episode through Altura. Ascend is my philosophy. It's my parent brand. It's also one of the softwares I worked on creating. It's my coaching business, everything I worked on previous to Altura. And this is my philosophy. Read Ascensionism, the document I have within my WAP community, and you'll kind of learn how Altura came to be and why my philosophy is that way. Without further ado, though, the link is going to be attached to this live stream. You can just go and, again, join it. Or you can go to alturasociety.com on your phone, on your computer, whatever. Read through what we're actually planning on doing and understand how it's different from just selling one of these profile pictures that look cool that, I could have just made this on ChatGPT in 20 seconds and then go out and actually have a community that's active and is bigger than just some cool looking image. Okay. So I'll see you guys in the Discord. I'll see you guys active in the chats, and I'll see you back tomorrow as we're going to keep doing for our episodes until we sell out this collection. I would love to take any questions you guys have, but obviously drop them in Discord, and myself or one of the moderators will answer those for you. Have a great rest of your night, and peace be with you.